Right, our next video here will deal with creating the shape of the strut that we want, and we're going to sketch on the side of it right here and actually cut out some of it and use a tool called the revolve tool to remove some of this and make it look a little more interesting. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to go over here to Creo, and here's our part. I'm going to click on the sketch tool. I'm going to click on the word front, and we'll hit sketch. And so we'll be looking at it this way. Now if yours happens to be going straight up and down, let me know and we can correct that, but it doesn't really matter. It's all the same no matter which way we're looking at it. But anyway, we're going to draw a first we're going to go sketch and go to references, because we need to make a reference for our part of this here. So we're going to click on this top surface. See how it turns blue right here at the top of this strut? So click on that, and you should see the word surf or surfaces pop up. And once you see that, we'll hit close. Okay, and there's a little yellow orange dotted line right here. So now I'm going to click on a circle, and I'm going to move my mouse over to where the center of the circle is right on this center line right here. I'm going to click, and then I'm going to move my mouse down to where the bottom of it is somewhere between the center of the strut and the top of the strut. So somewhere right around in this area, and then click again. So here's my circle. Now the next thing we're going to do is look at the tutorial, and we need to delete some of this circle right up here at the top. We're going to actually delete part of it and just leave the bottom part on the strut, and that's why we had to create the reference, so that we could tell where to trim that off. And then we'll add some dimensions to this, and I'll show you how to add dimensions, and we'll start going with this. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to hit the trim tool or delete segment, which is this button right here. So click on that, and you can just click on this half of the circle and it disappears. Then you click on this half of the circle and it disappears, and what should be left is a little smiley face looking thing right here, just the bottom part of the of that circle. Next we're going to create dimensions, and a dimension just tells it how big it needs to be and what size we want it. So to add a dimension, which is this button right here, so we'll click on that, and we're going to do a couple things here. We're going to use the left mouse button, which is the normal mouse button that we normally use. So I'm going to left click on the bottom of that circle. I'm going to left click on this center line right here. Then we'll use the middle mouse wheel like a button and middle mouse click right over here. So that was left mouse button, middle mouse click. Then it pops up with a dimension. And we want this to be 4. So whatever number you have here, change it to 4 and press enter. Okay, now if you haven't done anything, you should still be in the dimensioning mode. If not, again, we'll just click on this button right here, and don't worry about this. Just leave, you don't have to hit OK or anything. Just leave that alone. And we'll hit. We'll click on this endpoint right here. We'll click on this endpoint right here with the left mouse button, and then we'll middle mouse click up above the part right there. So that was left mouse button right there, and then middle mouse click up here. And we're going to change that to 60 and press enter. So now you can see that my arc, or my circle, the bottom of this circle, now called an arc because it doesn't go all the way around in a circle, is really stretched out, and we have the size that we want. So that's what we have here. Now the last thing we're going to do is we're going to create a center line right down the middle of this part, the strut, so that we know what we're going to revolve around. And I'll explain that here a little bit more in more detail. So we're going to go to the line, a little arrow fly out beside it here, and we're going to click on center line. Now right down here in the center of this strut, I'm going to left mouse click over here, and then left mouse click somewhere over here. So we should have a center line, a new line going right down the middle of this. After we do that, we're going to hit the blue check, and we have this little arc right here and a center line right here. Now we're going to hit the revolve button, which is right below the extrude. It says revolve. I'm going to hit that, and you can see it puts some more lines in here for us. And we want to make sure that the revolve as solid button is pushed, so this button right up here in the top left, push that, then hit the remove material button right here, and then we can look at the preview, and you can see that it carved out the strut to the shape that we want. So I'm going to hit the green check mark because that's the shape that I want, and there we go. So we just we made an arc, we revolved it around this strut, around the center of this strut, and we removed that material. So basically we just carved it out into this shape. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to add some rounds to the edges here. Let me go down here and find that on the tutorial. We're going to add some rounds to the edges of the strut. We're going to make them 0.5 for that, and then that is basically we got to add some chamfers to the edge of this as well. So we will click on the round tool, which is right here. Click on that. We'll change this value to 0.5. Then we're going to click on the edge of this strut right here. Click on that, and you can see it highlights that. I'm going to go to the other side and do the same thing. So this edge right here, this blue line, we're going to click on that. Then we're going to hit the green check mark. I'll click off of it to deselect it. And then you can see there's a nice rounded edge on the ends of that. The last thing it wants to do is create a chamfer at the edge of this strut. So we're going to click on the chamfer tool, which is right here, which creates a straight sloped edge. So this hard edge right here, we're going to click on the very end of the strut right here, and again we want it to be 0.5, so that's good. We'll rotate around, we'll find the other side, and we'll click on that, and then we'll hit the green check mark, and now we have the end chamfered, or there's a sloping edge to it. Then we have this rounded, and I believe that is all that we have left to do on the on the strut. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to assemble this together. Next video we'll deal with assembling this together into this shape right here.